Okay, so you just had an interview and now you are back home wondering, how did I do? Am I going to get another call back, or did I completely just bomb that interview? You might even be reflecting on the questions that you were asked and the answers you provided, wondering, should I have said this? Should I have said that? And look, fair enough. It's easy to overanalyze our interviews, especially after, but in this video, I want to help you really reflect on the interview you just had so that you can figure out whether you're going to be moving forward in the interview process, or better yet, land that next career role. So in this video, I will ask you 8 powerful questions that you can ask yourself honestly so that you can reflect on that interview and really think about, are you going to be moving forward? And if you stick with me until the very end, I will show you a bonus tip on what to do if you don't hear back from the person you just had an interview with within 1 week. I will give you a great script, so stick around to the very end. I promise you it's going to be worth it. And by the way, if you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Courtney, and I'm the founder of CareerSuccessNow.com, where we help people level up in their career search. So hit that subscribe button and let's jump right into it. So question number 1, how engaged was the interviewer? There are many green flags to look out for to know if your interviewer was engaged and that you had good chemistry between you two. And no, I'm not talking about the romantic kind of chemistry. I'm talking about it was a good, flowing, natural conversation that will allow them to feel confident in you and that you will move forward in the process. So did the interviewer have good body language, or were they slouched over and not looking at you at all, giving you really bad eye contact, looking all over the place? Were they laughing? Were they smiling? And were they even leaning in or nodding with the answers that you provided? Also, did you make them laugh, and did it feel like it was an easy conversation? These are all green flags. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people say to me, well, Courtney, that interviewer wasn't engaged and that seems more like a them problem. It's not my fault that the employer didn't really seem very engaged. And honestly, fair enough. The interviewer should show up engaged and intrigued, or else they're just completely wasting their time as well as yours. But again, ask yourself these questions to understand if you will be moving forward in the interview process. Sign number 2, how long was the interview? If the interview went over the time that was allotted for that specific interview, that is likely a good sign, because conversations were flowing. Maybe they had more questions for you because they were super intrigued or super engaged. So take that as a good sign. On the flip side, if it was cut really short, and trust me, I do this as well as a recruiter, if the time was allotted for maybe 1 hour and within 10 or 15 minutes they wrapped up the interview, then they might have got the answers that they were looking for and they simply couldn't picture you in that company. So they wrapped things up earlier than expected. And honestly, if this is happening to you frequently, that you are having your interviews cut short, then comment below short interview, because I'd love to reach out and understand further, because honestly, you might need further interview preparation to get more clear on why this continues to happen, because interviews are for showcasing that you are qualified and you have great technical skills, but you want to make sure that you are showcasing yourself as somebody with really strong interpersonal skills as well. The interview process isn't only about your technical skills, it's about showcasing how you can fit in with them and that you're a great team player and all these other interpersonal things too. So make sure that you are reaching out to somebody that can help you with interview preparation if this is frequently happening. Sign number 3, was the interviewer prepared? Did they have your resume out and a notepad with a pen and paper ready to take notes? Or did they seem really rushed and not prepared at all? Honestly, if they were really rushed and unprepared, it might simply be because they weren't super excited about your resume. And this is why it's super important to have a very powerful brand, as in a great resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile, so that you can rise above maybe not so great opportunities and really attract employers that need your skill set, that need what you bring to the table. So take a look at the description below. I will link our resume packages and our LinkedIn profile packages so that you can think about investing in yourself, so that you attract employers that are prepared and that want to have actual great conversations with you. Sign number 4, was the interview more more like a serious business meeting or more like an intriguing conversation? Look, of course, it's important to get down to business so that they can ask you good questions to sort through who is qualified for the role and who won't be able to perform. But at the same time, if they are doing nothing but reading off a script and making it seem like this is something that they just have to do to check off a bunch of boxes and not tailor the questions based on you and what you bring to the table, then this might not be a good reflection of a good interview. In other words, if the conversation flowed naturally and they were genuinely intrigued with what you brought to the table and that it seemed like they were truly trying to get to know you, then that is a good sign. Sign number 5, did the interviewer start actually putting you into the role in their speech and start saying you would be doing this or you would be doing that versus the successful person would be doing this or that? Honestly, if they are saying you, then this is a really good sign that you might be moving on to the next step in the process or really land the role because they can picture you working alongside them. And if you've watched this video up here, then you know that I talk about how important it is for them to picture them working alongside you. That's what fit is all about. They can really see you being a team member in their organization, and that is the end goal of a really good interview. I actually remember really clearly one manager interviewing me and touring me around and him already saying, you'll be doing this and I can see you doing that and you'll be speaking with this person. And guess what? They did end up offering me the role. So it is very, very true that if they change their language, this is a really good sign. Sign number 6, did the interviewer start telling you how great the company is? Honestly, interviews are a two-way street, and if the interviewer starts almost selling you on the role, then this is a really good sign. If they start telling you about all the great things about working in the company and the perks and the benefits, then what they're trying to do is convince you that you should stick with them, because at the end of the day, candidates do have options and you want to seem like you have options as well. So it's a great thing if they start selling you on the opportunity and company. Sign number 7, did they start asking you for your next availability? If the interviewer starts asking you what's your availability for a next interview, this is a really good sign. I do it all the time because I want to save time between coordinating your schedule and the hiring manager's schedule. So what a good green flag is they are asking you what is your availability so that they can lock in that next conversation. And honestly, the recruiter should know what the hiring manager is looking for. So if they ask for your availability, that's because they can see that you are going to be a good fit for another interview. So this is again a really good sign. Number 8, did you get introduced to other team members when you were interviewing on site? Honestly, getting a tour of the facility or being introduced to other team members is a really, really good sign that you will likely be moving forward in the interview process because they want to see how you interact with other team members. Employers truly want to see if it's a natural, good fit on both sides. So they want to see your reaction when you're looking around or when you're communicating with other team members. They want to know that you are a good fit too at the end of the day. So this is a great way for them to evaluate it and that they don't want to waste their time either. So if they're already in either one of these stages of introducing you to others or touring you around, you're really looking up from here. Okay, so I hope this has helped. Hit that like button if it does. And as promised, here is a bonus script or follow-up email that I said I would deliver on if you have not heard back from an employer that you interviewed with within about a week or so. And I will leave that to you to determine when is the appropriate time to follow up and really pay attention to what did the recruiter say? When did they say they would get back to you? Ensure that you are remembering that time frame. But if they didn't say a time frame and you're not sure what the process looks like, then I would say within a week is totally fair game. And here's what you can say. And again, tailor it to your specific situation and insert the name of the person that you interviewed with. Hi Jane, I hope that you've had a great week and that you're enjoying the great Toronto weather that we've been experiencing. The reason why you want to say that is because you want to come across as positive, upbeat, and personable. I wanted to lightly check in to see if you had any updates on the engineering manager role I interviewed for last Wednesday. No worries if not, just wanted to reinforce my strong interest in the role and company. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your time. And then you can sign your name and phone number. What this does is it shows that you are proactively following up, that you're super interested in the role, but you're also really positive and you're not sounding too pushy either. Okay, again, I hope this helps. Hit that like button and subscribe if it did. And by the way, if you have not watched this video yet on what to do if you are not hearing back from employers after you've applied for a role, then make sure you watch that video. I highly recommend it. Again, it comes from my 11 years of HR, recruitment, and career coaching experience to help you land your next great career role. We'll see you in the next one.